Sim. Folks, Jay here. New, click subscribe if you're returning, appreciate you. Not really a fan of vlogging like this because it's quite the dangerous city. But I've had a good experience thus far. So, close to this gas station and this change room number 2 on Copacabana, I would say maybe 1 or 2 blocks from Copacabana Palace, there's this ticket office over here, and at the time of this recording it's 98 reals for transport to and from, so you're supposed to meet at these vans here. Obrigado.
Boa tarde, fica à vontade.
Too shabby. I mean, like, transport to and from, entrance, can't go wrong. It's like $30 roughly, so it's not too bad. Let's wait, and we'll seamlessly get from the beach to the Redeemer Stadium.
Welcome. Inside the visitor center, you turn left, go to the end, take another van to the monument. Okay?
Oh, okay. And then this bus, I have to take it back to...
Yes, right here.
Okay.
Come high.
Obrigado.
The last one is 6 p.m., okay?
6 p.m.? Okay. Obrigado. We'll just continue on. On the bus there, they take a photo. Not sure if it's complimentary, but they did it anyways. So now let's wait for the bus.
Vai seguir lá, pessoal.
Obrigado. Obrigado. Obrigado.
Dos.
Okay. Alto.
e admiração. Grandiosas são as obras do Senhor. Que beleza e esplendor foi justificada por todos os seus filhos. Palavra da salvação.
Glória a vós, Senhor.
Meus queridos irmãos e irmãs, podemos sentar para a homilia. Nessa quarta-feira, dia 20, dia de Santo André, São Paulo e companheiros coreanos. Esses homens que de forma...
Um coração pra sonhar, inquieto e sempre a bater.
Saiu melhor. Mano, você pode de manhã pra trilha, a gente volta, almoça.
Só por ti, Jesus, quero me consumir como vela que queima no altar. Me consumir de amor, só em ti, Jesus.
So at TT Burger, this is my Brazilian name, Jason. So burger with bacon, swapped the cheese for mozzarella. It's 54 reais, and 2 drinks, 9 and 6. So typical iced tea, Guariana. Medium rare. See what it is. The bun is nice and seasoned. It's like reminds me a lot like an everything bagel. pretty solid burger. I think it came with caramelized onions, bacon, mayo, seasoned bread there. Not bad. I got it medium rare as well. Yeah, I'll recap my thoughts of TT Burger in Brazil. The burger seemed like it's on the expensive side for being a franchise, but can't knock the hustle, right? So I'll recap my thoughts of TT Burger. Stay tuned for that.
here. New, click subscribe. If you're returning, appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying this Brazil series. So this is a recap review of the few things I did. So went to Cristo Redeemer, so Christ the Redeemer. Went to a burger spot, and then shortly afterwards explored the Copacabana fort there. So just a hack, as you could say, when it comes to visiting Christ the Redeemer. There's a stall close to Copacabana Beach, I think like Beach 49 or something like that, close to the edge there. There's a, how do I say this? There's a stall like off of the beach where they have like a ticketing booth, and it's at a reduced rate. I would recommend that you can, if you're a pre-planner kind of person, you might think to get your tickets for that attraction beforehand, like skip the line tickets, etc. But it's actually better to go in person at that stall, just because they provide the tickets, they provide a van to drive to and from the beach, so it's nice, very seamless. I was happy to kind of like be able to do the sightseeing with regards to that. It was like a seamless transaction, because the shuttle ride was quite lengthy, especially during the city time. I think that you can go as early as like 8 or 10 o'clock or something like that. And then afterwards, the last shuttle is 4 o'clock. What's unique about that location is they have like screens which shows the visibility of what it looks like view-wise. So when I first bought my ticket, it was like super cloudy, and they said like, hey, just heads up, like it's super cloudy, it's gonna affect the viewing, like you still want a bucket. I was like, I want to like jam pack this in, so I just ended up doing it anyways. In addition to that as well, yeah, so like I took the risk. It was like sunny that day, but I was thinking like, okay, it's so high up in the mountains, like maybe it will clear up. And there's like pockets of moments where the overcast was going away quickly, so it was all right. And yeah, just like very seamless. Like you're, I would say provision at least. I want to say like 3.5 hours. Like the shuttle takes like roughly like an hour there and an hour back, and then afterwards like sometimes as well, like just going up there and just walking around, going through this and that and all those things. So it takes some time for sure. Yeah. So provision at least 3 hours to do all of that. Like don't think like, okay, I can do this all in 10 minutes, like kind of thing. Like you're traveling, so you kind of have to be aware. Same thing as well afterwards, like going back to the shuttle took me to close to my accommodation, so it all worked out in the end. Shortly afterwards, I believe I took a bus. I can't even remember, it's been so long. To the other part of the city where the fort was. And then afterwards, what ended up happening is I saw a burger spot, just wanted to see how the burgers were in Brazil. I would say that burger could use some vegetables like a tomato, but it had caramelized onions, so it had a meatier taste to it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid, and it was cool. It's sort of like someone is explaining it, keying it in for you. You sit down, they bring it out. So an elevated burger experience. Some locals were saying, yeah, those burgers are much more expensive than like the run of the mill like Brazilian meal. So whatever, but it still tasted good. Afterwards, like close by walking distance, it was Copacabana Fort. So I saw a cool, like, there was like an entrance, like old artillery, and then also like an exhibition where like the settlers and the native individuals, where you could see like the generals and like the attire that they wore, and just like going over some of the history and just over the years how the country was formed. So I thought it was awe-inspiring, and like it was very breathtaking at one point where there was like a huge cannon, and like you can see like the flag flying in the background with all the wind and such. So that was a one of the core moments of my trip as well. Just being there as the sun was setting, and just like the wind in my hair, and just like seeing the flag, and just the waves crashing. It was very breathtaking to say the least. It was cool to kind of like do those things, in terms of just like I envision myself to be a local. It's cool, like date night spot, I guess, for visiting both items and just like, going for food. Yeah. I'm just thinking as if I was a local. Like, would that be a cool thing to do during the day? Take some kids, or take like a life partner, etc. Yeah. I mean, like, you can make a day out of it. It's something to do and all that jazz. So, just in general, I would say the attractions were worth it. Like, learned a lot about the history, learned a lot about like seeing a historical site, and I was just freaking out because that's such a heavy structure to take it and carry it all the way up there, and it's made out of a material that's they don't like take scrubbers and clean it. It's sort of like similar to the cathedral in Paris, where it's self-cleaning. So I found that to be cool and unique. And for the Christ the Redeemer, it's so high up. Like, you kind of saw in the video with the overcast and such. Like, I can only imagine. I would freak out if it was raining and lightning strikes. It seems like a huge lightning rod, just attracting and very polarizing, to say the least, because you're so high up. Um, but yeah, apart from that, it's cool to see some history, the monuments, and just trying some good food. Hope you enjoyed this Brazil series. Um, I have some more travel content because going to Vietnam, it's been 6 years since I've been back, 2017. Although I uploaded like a random series of photos, but I'm gonna bring this camera along, and fingers crossed I don't mess up and I bring my charger, and then I'm going to Japan for a second time as well. So stay tuned for that travel instance there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the whole travel series of Italy, Spain, France, Greece, and Turkey, and Egypt, and all those other countries, and then Japan, Korea. Like, went to USA and then went to Brazil. Now I'm going back to Vietnam, and yeah, eventually, like after all these travel videos, um, do want to try to go to Russia. It's so hard to kind of manage that because there's like logistical things of like I'm Canadian going there, and like there's no direct flights, and it's just a headache. And yeah, so after Japan the second time, probably gonna go to regular scheduled content of like Vancouver stuff. But yeah, thanks for riding. If you haven't already, click subscribe, and catch you in the next series. Bye now.